Coming up on The Weekend View, there's a lot to unpack after Wendy Williams' explosive interview on The View Friday, and we're diving in deep. Lady Gaga reveals the bombshell question she dropped on the very first date with her current fiancé, the former Harry Potter star who said she just transferred from Hogwarts to OnlyFans. It all starts now on The Weekend View.
Okay, Wendy Williams was on the show Friday, this show, to talk about the concerns over her cognitive health and her battle to break free from a court-appointed guardianship. And here's what she had to say. Watch.
I am a college-educated woman. You know, I'm a globally international person, you know, from radio to television. You know? Yeah. I've been doing important things all of my life, you know. And these two people don't look like me, they don't dress like me, they don't talk like me, they don't act like me, and I venture to say they will never be me. I need them to, with my knees, you know, get off my neck. I can't do it with these two people again. I can't. And I'm speaking of the guardian.
The guardians.
And the judge. I want to get out of guardian. It's been over 3 years. And you know what I'm saying? It's time for my money and my life to get back to status quo.
Okay. Okay, so she sounded okay to me. Didn't she sound okay to you?
Much better, I thought.
Can I ask a question, though? Because you did an update at the end of the show. And in the update, I think you read that the Guardian was asking for a new comprehensive evaluation. So is it the Guardian that she's referring to in that clip, the same person?
Yes, it's the same person. And I've known Wendy for 25 years. She sounds exactly the same. And I'll tell you, because I know we talked about it, like 98% of guardianships remain throughout the person's lifetime. About 98,
That stunned me when you told me that, because I've had issues with conservatorships and guardianships, which are very similar ever since the Britney Spears example. Now, I think if somebody's a risk to themselves or others, of course the courts need to intervene. Of course the system needs to. But it should be the most extreme cases to be able to take away someone's personal liberty, their freedom of movement, where they could live, who they can talk to. And to me, I don't know Wendy. I've never met her. I remember her show and always liked her. This did not come off to me as a person who was incapable of living safely by themselves in their own home. I just did not get that from
Especially because she's been open about her struggles with addiction, and she had said she is not doing that now.
And
so
maybe she
that can change a lot.
Coach. Maybe she needs a sober coach, and maybe she needs a financial advisor, but does she need to be locked away?
Where is the family in all these situations?
They're keeping her family away from her.
You know, but it's very important.
So she says.
But she was just at dinner with her niece. She was just in Miami, I think, celebrating the father's birthday or something. She was in Miami for some reason, like a week or two.
She has to get permission to do any of that.
And the question, though, is, so is she, because this has got to be expensive. I mean, these treatments, these facilities, I don't know if they're covered by insurance.
No,
it's coming out of her money.
That's my understanding, that it comes out of her estate.
Just to underscore it more, I mean, there are people who live with addiction who can live, safe lives if they have family around them who look out for them, who try to help them get treatments. They're in-home treatments. That's what NA and AA are for and can help you. I just think the idea that you would go to this extreme based on what I heard from her today seems to go, personally, I think, way too far.
Do you guys want me to read this statement?
Read that.
Okay. So a statement made by Guardian Sabrina Morrissey's lawyer points out that the guardianship was created by a judge who declared Wendy legally incapacitated after a diagnosis of frontotemporal dementia, and says that Wendy has not been kept from her family and is receiving excellent medical care.
Well, anyway, at any rate, we continue to wish Wendy well. And come on the show when you feel better. Okay, here's another story. While Lady Gaga, or Lady Gaga, as someone calls her, a friend of mine calls her Lady Gaga, while she was out promoting her new album, yes, exciting, new album. Yeah. It's called Mayhem. She talked about how she wants to start having kids soon. So she also told GMA's Michael Strahan that she didn't waste any time finding out where her fiancé stands on the issue. Watch.
Michael flew to Vegas when I was doing my show to take me on our first date. And before we even sat down, I said, "Do you want marriage and kids?" And he goes, "Yeah, I do." And I said, "Okay, great. Do you want some champagne?" And he goes, "Sure." but like, I think I wanted him to know, like, that I was like a family girl.
You know, I love her. I think she's so talented, so brilliant. Yeah. And her music is just the best.
I saw her in Vegas, and it was fantastic.
You love her because she's a paisan.
She's also, well, yeah, she's an Italian girl, but that's not why I love her. I like Latinas, too, Anna. Okay, so, but to ask the guy on the first date, do you want children? It's a little bit much.
I asked Max that. I don't think it is at all. Because I didn't say, will you get married to me and have my baby? Like, we weren't talking.
Would be aggressive.
You're putting it out there because why waste time? If that's something that's important to you, it's nothing to be ashamed of. A lot of people do. But it's also important if someone's like, I dated these people too. I don't want marriage. Right. I don't want kids. I'd rather know that now because, you know, I don't want to waste your time. I don't want you to waste my time.
Well, if there's a physical attraction to the person.
You can have a one-night stand if you want, Joy, but like, I'm not.
No, but it makes sense.
Or 2 or 3. It doesn't have to be limited to just one.
When you're dating in your 30s, I think it makes more sense. I think Lady Gaga's 38 or 39. In your 20s, I think if you open with that, the guy's going to go running. I'm just going to give a warning to any women in their 20s. Yeah. But in your 30s, there are certain things that are non-negotiables. Like, I know many women who have married men that said they didn't want kids, were adamant, and they thought they could change them. And that becomes an issue down the road.
That can become very toxic.
And if you know you want them, I think make sure that is something that you agree on from the get-go.
I agree. You know, I got married at 30, and it's not something, and we had been dating for a couple years, and he's younger than I am, and it's not something that we talked about right away. But I will say, my son was recently dating someone, and she said to me and to my husband, "Yeah, I don't ever want to have kids." And I was thinking, well, I don't want you to date my son because I want grandchildren.
Well, you have a daughter, too. So
I have a daughter, too, but, like, what if she...
But what does he say about it? What does Gabriel say?
It was a deal breaker for him. He
for
wants
him,
to have
too.
children, and he wants to be married.
So you didn't have any influence over that, right?
You know, though, Lady Gaga is so incredibly talented and accomplished.
I know.
And confident. And I always think back because she's a Sacred Heart girl. She went to 91st Street in New York. And man, those nuns, I'm a Sacred Heart girl, those nuns teach you not to screw around, not to waste time, not to fiddle.
They do teach you not to
screw around. You know what? Don't mention...
That's frowned upon.
Some of us got the lesson better than others. But, you know, I mean, why waste time? And she also doesn't have that much time. There's a woman who's on the road, who's making music.
It's just a date.
No, it wasn't.
No,
they had been
it's
talking.
A fiance.
Now it's a fiance. Now there's a
but that was
plan.
the date.
They had been talking on the phone for weeks before they actually sat down and had the date. And I think her mom had met him before she did and said, you know, I think this is a good match for you.
Can I say, if there's one thing you read, look it up. Michael Polanski's ex-girlfriend, this is Lady Gaga's fiance, wrote this piece in the New York Times, basically, my ex-boyfriend is dating Lady Gaga, and that makes me feel empowered. It's a super beautiful piece. It's basically like, if he's going to go out with somebody who's not afraid of everything, like of anything, is just so like artistic and beautiful and creative, it, like, inspired her to want to do better. I thought it was the most interesting piece.
Who could Steve date that would empower you?
Salma Hayek. We'll be right back.
The Weekend View is sponsored by Rock Skincare.
With more of the weekend show. So former Harry Potter star Jessie Cave says that acting is not paying the bills these days. So she found a new way to pay off her debt. Take a look.
I'm launching a hair OnlyFans. This is entirely for hair-based content. It's very much geared towards people who have a interest or fetish with hair, and really am choosing to think of this as an empowering moment for me. because I have been this very kind of straight, prim actress for a lot of my career. And this is very much a way of me saying, okay, I'm doing something that is not normal.
So wait a minute. So her shtick is that she combs her hair? That's it? People pay to see that?
Well,
Why?
everyone's got a kink.
Is that the only thing she's doing with her hair?
Yeah, she plays around with it. See, watch her. Watch.
It's like Marsha Brady.
Can you make
I
a
know
lot of
men
money
have-
playing with your hair on
I guess we'll see. I mean,
That's what she does. She plays with her hair.
Can I
there
tell
is
you
a fetish for everything.
There's literally not a single part of my body that I could put on OnlyFans, so I would have to put my dog on OnlyFans. Like I would use cha-cha here, cha-cha here, cha-cha here, cha-cha here. There's just absolutely... Will anybody pay for my dog pictures?
Well,
We get cha-cha for
there's
free.
such a thing. There is such a thing as a fetish about animals. You realize that, right?
Oh, God.
No,
It's not like
it's dressing up as animals.
Yeah,
you know what?
Actually,
Actually,
the furries. The furries.
What is that?
You dress up like a stuffed animal. It's called
Yeah.
a furry.
She's so little that when I carry her under my arm, Whoopi calls her armpit hair. So maybe I could pass her.
Wait, can we get back to this furry thing?
Yeah.
So, okay, so you
this is a
dress
thing.
up as a
like a
stuffed,
animal. Like
Super sexy, Sonny.
and you like have sex in this outfit.
well, that's difficult to do.
in
I have a
Entourage,
friend.
I think they keep.
You just walk around in it.
Yeah, it's a turn on for
conventions.
others.
Vicky,
It's others,
no,
yeah.
no, Vicky, my producer here at the show.
Is it furry?
No, she is not. She was
us.
traveling and she sent me a picture. She ended up at a convention.
They have conventions.
Yeah.
She's a furry then.
There's
Well, she
something
didn't
for any-
participate. She laughed.
There's foot fetishes,
Very
we
different.
know.
Yeah.
I ended up in a
Something
Comic-Con convention one time, but the comic
cool.
books,
Yeah.
no, that was scary.
I like it.
In my play, My First Ex-Husband, there is a fetish. There is one person. Thank you. There is, go to myfirstexhusband.com. Within the stories, there is a guy with a fetish. I won't say what it is.
Oh, I know.
But there is
We
a
all know.
reference to a fetish that is really bizarre.
Okay.
I
So
learned
anyway,
so
people
many
have
things
all
on this
sorts
show.
of
Hold on, I have
fetishes.
a legal note. Our producer, Vicky, is not a furry. I just want to be clear about that.
I mean, it just seemed weird that she's at this
Are
convention.
you, Brian?
No, I am not.
What about the wiki feet? That's like they just
Oh,
get
I'm
off
really
on our
great
feet.
on WikiFeet. I have a great rating.
I did
I
have
bet Joy does. She's got beautiful feet.
Okay. Down, boys. Down.
I have a not very high wiki feet rating, and I'm very upset about
I had a
it.
friend whose ex-husband.
Sonny.
Remember that
Yep.
one?
What was it?
He had a foot fetish.
A foot
She didn't know.
And we didn't. She didn't know, and we didn't know. Oh gosh, maybe
But,
I
Sonny,
shouldn't
you were
tell the
violated,
story.
your ankle down.
But we found pictures on his camera of all of her best friend's feet.
Did you say ex-husband?
Yeah.
I would just
Okay.
demand money because I'm okay with
Oh, I didn't demand foot rubs.
Yeah.
So what would be your fetish?
Oh my God, organizing, but it only draws women. So I once did this thing where I have this little gift caddy and I reuse because I'm big on recycling, and so I fold all the bows and do it, and it's color coordinated all the way to the side. I posted it once, and like 8 of my friends were like, "This is so hot." I'm like, "Yeah, I know, right?" So it hasn't attracted any men
Besides the
yet.
dog, you have any other?
I just told you, there's
The
no
dog.
body part I would put it out there on the
That's
internet.
not true. You have a beautiful face, for example.
Okay. That's what they tell fat people. You have a beautiful face. No skinny person gets told you have a beautiful face.
No, because if they're skinny,
You have a beautiful face and a great personality.
but
Sonny, what about you?
But you're not fat, Anna. That ship has sailed.
I can see it in the horizon. It's never far away.
Sonny, what would be your little fetish?
Farm girl
She'll
chic.
scold
I was going to say
She'll
farm
do
girl
legally,
chic.
do a legal note.
A little nose. No, I like
Chickens, you know how expensive
I like
eggs are right
chickens and gardening, and I have like an orchard. I like playing in the dirt.
Playing in the dirt.
Oh, that sounds kinky.
Anyone around? All right.
I do.
And
I
you,
like
Missy?
that.
Well, I'm also gonna use my dog for likes because I'm just gotta say this is one sexy little puppy.
Oh,
Yes. I mean, come on, he gets way more likes than I do. That little
so
bum.
cute.
I call it Only pause.
That's cute. Yeah.
Only pause.
Yeah.
That's cute.
All right, that's it.
And that's that.
What's your special kink?
Mine would be to yell at them. Just yell at them.
Oh,
You're an
some
idiot.
men like that.
Oh, it'd be like
Yeah.
the Susan character.
It would be a
Dominatrix.
dominatrix. You can make your lasagna on OnlyFans, and then you remove the casing from the sausage.
Yeah, I
and
could
then
do
you
that.
Whoa, what are you doing with your sausage?
All right, I have one more topic here, all right?
Okay.
Extroverts are happier than introverts, according to new research. So we took a personality quiz to see which category we fall into. And the results are in. Alyssa, what are you?
Well, I disagree with. I do know that I'm an introvert,
We didn't
and I
ask you
got
to fight the results.
Well,
We
I got 45%, so I'm somewhat introverted. I'm very happy, but I do charge my battery with my loved ones and in smaller settings, not with big groups, not out at parties. But I can turn on being an extrovert. Like I work in TV, I give speeches, but my safe space is with fewer people.
Etwa?
I am somewhat I'm somewhat extroverted, actually. I got a score of 74.
Oh,
and compared to
wow.
introverts, extroverts are happier. That's what it says. And it says the studies have found that social connection is one of the strongest predictors of well-being, and extroverts are more socially connected.
What about you?
I got a 60, which is neither highly extroverted nor highly introverted. But I think some of these questions were weird, right? Because it's like, if you're at a party, do you start thinking about what is the how appropriately early you can leave? Well, if it's a bad party, yes. If it's a good party, I'll be there till 5 in the morning.
But you
if
can
it's
make it a good party because
no, you
it's just
can't.
a party
No.
in your head.
When there's bad parties, there's bad
Well,
parties.
what if the party is in your house and you leave?
That's what you do.
That's what you do.
that.
You did that to me.
I know. Well, see, so here's the story, quick. So they come to my house. She brings every friend she ever
You
met.
said I
in the
could
whole,
invite people.
She brought like 20 people, which is fine. They're all adorable, charming people. But they were talking, and they didn't need me anymore, and I was tired, so I went to bed.
But Sherry Shepherd says that when she
She
came to your
ghosted.
house, there
You
was
didn't
no
have food.
She had
know-
food.
You didn't have lasagna?
You had food when I was there and a lot to drink, and we
I know, but
drank.
you were having a
Well,
good
then
time.
Sherry came after you, and there was nothing left.
All right, what are you? Are you? What was yours?
We just talked about this already. You're
forgot.
so
Sarah.
Yeah, and this all started because I told you the other day that I'm an introvert,
Yes.
and you didn't believe me.
I don't believe you.
We got
And
the
I
same.
am. I am the most introverted person on this panel. I'm 43.
That's a very low bar.
It is. Again, I speak.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, but it is. I'm slightly more introverted than Alyssa. I'm a homebody. I prefer quiet time. I don't like lots of people. I barely like my kids and husband mostly. That's a joke. But I mean, I'd prefer to be in my home with my most intimate friends. And if I'm out, I want to be with a couple, just a few
But
people that
high
I'm close
quality
with.
of time,
I don't want
not just, like,
volume. I
social
don't want
life.
We should post the website to take the test so people can see their own results.
You could
but
do
like,
that, yeah.
One of the questions was, if you don't see any social commitments on your calendar, on your weekly
you panic?
calendar, do you get depressed?
I celebrate.
I celebrate.
I need at least 2 nights of fun.
What were your results?
Let me see mine. 62.
Yeah,
so
similar.
I'm a
Mixed
mixture.
signs, yeah.
I'm the most extroverted person on this panel?
Yeah.
That
Well,
tracks. I would have thought one of the two of you.
Oh.
No, but I'm more of an introvert than an extrovert, according to this definition. You love people. No.
The bald eagle.
You enjoy alone time. I do. You avoid conflict. I like conflict, and only with the executive producer.
That's true.
You consider things carefully. That's not true of me. You're creative.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
You're
me. That's
creative.
introvert. And then extrovert, you enjoy working in a group. Do you? No.
You've been doing it for 30 years.
I like that.
Okay.
I do.
Isn't that kind of
You
what we
always
do?
try new things. That's true.
Yeah,
you
you
can
do.
be impulsive. That's true. You like to talk through
I'm a
your problems.
Virgo.
I went in therapy for 25 years. And you make friends easily. That's true. So I'm
That's
more of an
extrovert.
extrovert,
You're more
but
of
I
a-
have introvert tendencies like her.
Yeah.
You guys are all fighting the results because you didn't like them, okay? I track.
I liked mine.
I like
Accurate.
mine, yeah.
Yeah, you
All
like
I know
it.
is that
I
I'm
like
going to
people.
party all weekend in Miami this weekend.
See, I consider Anna the most extroverted of all of us.
I would say both of these.
But you know,
two.
but I get
Sunny won. It's a competition
You know what my
always.
thing is?
Life
I
is a
get-
competition.
I'm an extrovert, but I get bored. And so when I'm bored, I'm ready to leave.
So you're an impatient extrovert?
Yes, that's what I am.
Sounds like a winning combination.
That's what I am. I'm an impatient.
But enough about us. We'll be right back.
The Weekend View is sponsored by Rock Skincare.
Okay, a little more about us. I sat down with Brian on the Behind the Table podcast this week, so check it out. Here's a clip.
All right. Yesterday, I was talking to Anna Navarro about the...
Anna Navarro. Oh, yes, I remember her.
You know Anna. We were asking her if she would ever go on one of those space rockets like Katy Perry and Gayle King are about to do.
Gayle King is shaking in her boots. I saw a thing on social about that.
Yes.
She's scared. Why is she doing it?
I don't know the answer, but here's the question. Is there any version of you that would be interested in doing this?
Never. No, not in this lifetime or the next or the one after that.
See, I guess I'm wrong. I thought I could get somebody to do this from the View hosts. Do you think any of them would?
Maybe Sarah.
Maybe Sarah.
Of all of us, I think she would be the most game.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's my best shot.
She's like, that commercial, Mikey, he'll eat anything.
Yeah.
She's like that. She's like our Mikey.
Give it to Sarah. She'll do anything. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. She doesn't listen to the podcast, so when she's on the podcast the next time, I'm going to present it to her like it's real. I'm going to tell her that we've gotten an offer, and are you willing to do it?
Okay.
And let's see what she says.
Right. Why don't you text her right now and ask her?
All right, you want to do it? All
Yeah.
right, hold on. She rarely answers when I call, but let's see what happens today. Stand by.
Hello?
Hey, Sarah, sorry to bother you. We just got a feeler out from the Blue Origin people, Jeff Bezos. Is there a world where you'd consider going up on the Blue Origin rocket?
I consider it.
All right, great. Thank you. I'm lying at the moment, but I was talking to Joy about who
told
would
you.
actually do it on the staff. We're doing the podcast.
Sarah, we're in the podcast, and he said, is there anyone who would do it? And I said, Sarah will do it.
She said Sarah's like Mikey. She'll try anything.
She is like Mikey.
I hope you're not disappointed.
She likes it.
I was excited.
But I don't want you to go.
She doesn't want you to go.
I do not want you to go.
Yes.
Because Joy loves me. I'm her favorite.
I do. I do love her.
All right, that's all we got time for. But thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. So Sarah would go up.
I told you.
Yeah, all right. That's interesting. Whoopi said hell no.
Of course.
I thought I could convince her. I guess
I
not.
don't even think Alyssa would do it.
No? Well,
No.
we'll find out.
She doesn't trust Republicans.
No, and Sunny's risk averse, as she likes to tell
And
us.
so am I.
And so are you. All right, fine. I just think it'd be cool to do something that so few people have gotten
Why
to do.
don't you do it?
I mean, no one wants me up there, but I was thinking I'd go with one of you and like film it on my iPhone. I'd be in for it.
No, that is a scary thing to me.
My wife wouldn't want me to go, but I'd be into it.
Don't be so sure.
All right.
Brian.
Yeah.
Wait, Brian.
Yes.
Brian, why don't you go as a furry?
I'm proud of you, Sarah. You were so quick.
She called it. The best things because I'm an introvert. The only time I try new things is when my job presents it. And over the years, it's presented everything. And I thought, that's life knocking on the door. Either you answer or you stay inside lonely, which also sounds great for a weekend.
Well, I would actually do it, by the way. I would go into space, but I worked for the military and flew on a lot of aircrafts.
Wow.
I said no way in hell. You, no way in hell. Whoopi, no way in hell.
no.
You, no way in hell.
Just you
I said
two.
Sarah and Alyssa would do it.
You did, you did.
I did.
Thank you for the confidence.
We were right. You can listen to the Behind the Table podcast wherever you stream your podcast or watch us on YouTube. Take a little time to enjoy The Weekend View. Bye.